Hey y'all, I wanted to share with you why you have to be careful buying Gaiwans. This one was $6. I was wanting a glass one for a long time when I saw it was only $6. And it appeared to be the style I liked. Some of them are taller and some of them have this wider feel to them. They come in different shapes based on what fits your hand well. So sometimes you want to, they say you want to go shopping where you can actually have it fit your hand, or you can buy a bunch of different ones and figure it out. But I have this style, and I have another one just like this in a brown color. Came from two different stores. I paid a lot more money for this one, and I want to show you why the cost is so much better. I did measure. Both of them are 150 milliliters, so I figured out that's a good size for me. Some of them are smaller than that. This glass pitcher is 200 milliliters, so that works well, having the pitcher to be slightly larger. But this holds just the right amount of tea and water for me. However, this feels smaller, and I had to test it. I just filled it with water and dumped the water in here, and sure enough, it was the same size. But look at this. This one fits in here. But you see, it is a little taller than wide. The same thing with the plate. It's not quite as wide. The saucer, I guess you should say. So here's the other deal. This is a sign of a good quality. And I learned this before I bought my first one. I mean, that's where I store my lid. I mean, you take the lid off after you get done brewing, and you got to tuck it somewhere because you don't want to leave it on, and you know, you don't want to have more of a mat space on the table to put it. But watch this one. You see how it wants to dump the bowl. It doesn't sit in there quite right. It's not shaped quite right. I'm afraid to do that. So now I'll show you why it doesn't brew as well. I'm gonna go get some water. So here's my tea brewing, and I want to show you about the lid. So with this lid, I put my forefinger on it and I grip along the edges. The edges stick out really far so that my hands are not near the hot water, and I can tip the lid just ever so slightly and pour. Here's the problem with this one. When I try to tip the lid, in order to get it just ever so slightly, you see how it's sticking out the end? Look how this one is barely sticking out the end. Look at this one. So you have to go, one, it's not slightly, because this would be a slightly, but I'm not getting any water out, so I have to go much deeper to allow a place for the water. I mean, look at that. And then and then there's not much of a lip, so this lip already is very hot. I'm trying to grip around this that's sticking out like that. It's actually very hot. I'm not quite sure. Ow. Okay, see, I burnt myself. See, this Gaiwan just is not working. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's almost a waste of $6 because I can't even pour it out. And it's tempered glass, but this tempered glass stuff, I mean, I don't know, it looks like glass, but it feels like plastic. It's the weirdest stuff. I have this glass, which I do go ahead and drink out of, and it's the same thing. It's glass, but it feels like plastic. I'm not quite sure what it is, and I don't really want to be using plastic, even though they call it glass. So yeah, I burnt my thumb trying to get that out of there. I might use it if I have like 3 or 4 teas that I'm trying to taste all at the same time to try to brew one of them. If I can figure out how to do it, maybe with a tiny bit of water. Okay, so I tried less water, and I guess that's the secret to using this one. But it kind of defeats the purpose of having 150 milligrams. I've been able to pour this ow. Okay, not that time. I feel determined to pour this again in front of the camera. So let's try. Oh, how difficult is that? I did do it successfully several times. There's how it sits in there. But it defeats the purpose if you can only put a little bit of tea and a little bit of water in there of having 150 milligrams. Just crazy, crazy. I don't get hardly any tea. I feel determined not to waste my $6. Comes out so slow because I have to, you see there's hardly any space. Oh, I give up.